Welcome back
to Marriage Beyond the Veil.
All right.
So on Tuesday night, me, Gayla, and Tam went to see Earth, Wind & Fire and Lionel Richie. And boy, did it take us down memory lane. I was thinking about songs, and I started thinking about reasons. And I sort of knew the lyrics back then, but I think I was probably too young. I was just very young back then. I didn't really know what they meant.
Okay.
So I looked up the lyrics, and I was like, "Oh wow, this is
all about love."
And he likes to sing falsetto, but he can't.
Oh.
But anyway, so part of the lyrics, he says, "After all the love games has been played, what all our illusions was just a parade, and all the reasons start to fade." Okay, so just focusing there. After all the love games have been played, all our illusions was just a parade. Now we got married inside of 3 months from the time we started dating.
Right.
So I was curious. Was there ever a time that you thought that it was love games, just illusions? Never at all.
No. I don't play games. I laugh and I joke, but I don't play. The way you and I met and the way we connected, I mean, that was just so organic and so authentic. There were no games.
No parade.
No.
And thus the reasons didn't start to fade. And the reason why I want to focus in on it is because I think that's what a lot of people do. They have this moment of passion, and you were talking about the heat. And that's sort of what took me there because, you see somebody, you get hot and bothered, and your sexual emotions start to sort of, get more into that and less into what this person really means to you.
Right. If you're being led by emotion, I mean, hormones, let's call a thing.
Thank you.
Hormones. But no, when you're clear about who you are and who you're with and where you're headed, then that doesn't fade because it's crystal clear. And it was from the first time with you. I mean, within 10 days, I knew that I loved you. I knew that I wanted to spend the rest of my life with you. But it was like, okay, I also knew that sounds a little cray-cray.
Yeah, it did.
So, who does that? One who is certain of who they are and what they want. Because for me, if you know what you want and you've been waiting for it, when it shows up, it's easy to identify. And so, but if you don't know, that's why you have to play the games, because you're just kind of like trying to navigate through the maze and figure it out because you don't know.
Right.
But when you know, like folks in the church would say when I was a kid, I know that I know that I know. When you know, then you can invite the right person in to share the journey with you, as opposed to just inviting the right now person.
Right. And so for you young people, look at these words, but look at it in a more longevity type. So it says, in the morning when I rise. So that could be a period of time. No longer feeling hypnotized. For no reasons, our reasons had no pride.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. Because when you think about a love relationship, what are the reasons why you're in that relationship? And if, at the end, when you're looking at it, you're not feeling like this is something you feel honored by. This is not something that elevates you. This is not something that you could deal with for the rest of your life. This is not the person that you are okay to take everywhere and see them in their worst and best possible light. You know what?
Well, see, but then also not being shallow reasons.
Yes.
Because now you're talking about having to go deep. Because anytime you're talking about being real, you have to go deep. When you're dealing with the superficial, that's because you don't want to really discover what's there and who's there. So you deal with the superficial. You stay on the fringes, but that gets old. If you really want to experience the very best that a relationship or that life has to offer you, you have to be willing to be fully present and all in.
That's right.
Yeah.
So that last verse, after all our reasons
why all our reasons were a lie.
After all our reasons, love was left aside.
Yeah.
Can't say that about us.
No. You know why? It's all about love. All about.
I love this man.
Philip Bailey ain't got nothing on me. Until tomorrow.
A couple millions, but anyway.
If the Lord says the same.